batting squad, through the talent hunt. So lovely to see Sanjay Gurung back here. That's his view.
I'd like the umpire Karen to come up with something a little bit more innovative, where every time they blink, you see nothing. So we know if they're actually, if they saw the LBW.
Come on, HR production team is doing enough. They're working every hour under the sun here. Nice idea, though. Sure they could do it. I think it might be a bit confusing for the viewer at home.
They like matchups, don't they? Left-hand, right-hand combination. Hence the reason why we see batting orders change every now and again.
Sanjay saying, come on, Zishan, get on with it. I know it was a slightly different era that you played the majority of your cricket in. Not sure how much T20 you played, if at all, maybe towards the end of your career. But would you have liked that as a batter, or would you have hated it? Would you be absolutely wanting to know you're at number 4 come hell or high water?
I did play a bit of T20 cricket. That's strange. You're normally so well read before you go on air that you would know that I batted at the top of the order. So it was quite easy for me. But I think to answer your question, I would have probably preferred to have. Oh no, there's been too many of those little misfields. I would have preferred to have known where I was batting. I didn't like to be shoved around.
Did you play every single game of your professional career at the top?
No, T20. T20 I batted at the top of the order. My one-day career I batted in the middle, and then at the back end I went to the top and realised that it's the only place to bat in white ball cricket, right at the beginning.
Something Kevin O'Brien actually said to me, that he wished he only came to open in T20 right towards the tail end of his career, and he said he wished he'd done it earlier, because with 2 fielders outside for the first 6, you just go out and try and go after everything, particularly in batter-friendly conditions. There's another one, just as you said at HD, another misfield. There has been a few too many of those. There's been some wonderful efforts and a few tardy ones. 6 off the over.
Solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs that possess your way of quality living.
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो त्यसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Very early, because it was just so cold. But now they've turned out a good number, several thousand in through the gates. From talking to the organisers, they've been really pleased with the scale of fan support. Not just here at the ground, but also in terms of their engagement online and on social media, and also specifically with the kind of fan bases for what is 8 new franchise sides building up really quickly. We've seen plenty of jersey sales, plenty of die-hard fans. One of the nice things about the Kathmandu Valley is that so many people who live and work in it aren't actually from Kathmandu. So it's giving those from Sudar Prashim or from Pokhara, from Karnali, who've moved up here for work or for family reasons, a chance to come out and support the area that they're then from. It's been really well designed, the selection of the 8 franchises, I have to say.
Just going back to your question around batting and chopping and changing of batting orders, I must admit, I feel sometimes that they get a little bit caught up in matchups. I think if an off-spinner is good enough, I don't see why he cannot bowl to a right-hander. Same as a left-arm spinner to a left-hander. I think Mutai Muralitharan was more than good enough to bowl to right-handers. I mean, he would have been devastated if he suddenly got nipped off because he couldn't bowl to a right-hander. So I think, yes, while I understand it, and more often than not it works, I don't think you should get caught up in that as a leader.
Even think of something as small as the end of that first innings for the Lions this morning. Jordan was sent in instead of Bistow. I didn't understand that, given the sixth inning. Gulshan Jazz probably moved up and down the order a bit too much, so we haven't seen the very best of him yet. All for innovation, all for quick thinking as a coach, but players, they quite like stability as well.
Quite often they'll remind you, a coach or a captain will remind you when it worked, and then you remind them the other 12 times when it didn't work. You know, it's just one occasion comes off, and then everyone thinks, "Wow, well, that's the way to do it." I remember when the pitch hitter was first introduced into the game, and we're going back some time. We're going to get back to that. Just be a single that will end.
The sub fielder. It is the substitute. Now, there is our man in the hot seat, Rashid Riaz from Pakistan. There's nothing wrong with the front foot, that's absolutely fine. The question is, and this is the first time I remember this season we've gone up for this exact reason. We've gone up to see, has it carried or not? Oh, I don't know. I'm glad it's not my job, but surely there's some contact with the ground there.
And let's understand that the young fielder will have no idea, because there is a point where you are completely unsighted. You've got your hands in the position that you expect the ball to come. You've seen it, you've made the dive, but there is a position where you will not know whether it's bounced or not. A very, very difficult decision this for the television umpire. Does he get his fingers underneath it or does he not? He may have caught it, but if the ball touches the ground, it's not out.
Again, for those of us that have played, there are times you genuinely don't know. Look at the fact that he's diving forward. This will all happen in an absolute instant, a split second. And it's not like it's kind of bounced up into the hands. It's because it's the turf and hands together. He won't have known, Deepak Dumre. And I think it's the right decision to send it up. And now it's over to Rashid Riaz, up to him.
I'm just wondering whether we just say that's a good decision, no matter what he comes up with, because it's that difficult. It could be out, it might very well be not out.
Spoken to umpires about this, and they say that these are the times they dread, because it's almost, apparently when you're up there, it's almost like the air goes out of the room, because they know how much pressure there is on this decision. It's a massive wicket. It's the captain of the POKHARA Avengers, if it's given. The soft signal is gone. That's been taken out of the playing conditions and the laws. It's all over to this. It is a Nepal pay umpire decision pending. It's not out. And for me, I think that's probably the right decision.
Well, I did say to you, whatever happens, I think we've got to say that's the right decision, because it was that tough. Yeah, and the other thing is that there'll be a number of people who aren't involved in that would have been fielding maybe cover or extra cover, that would go to Kushal Patel and say, well, don't you just take the fielder's word for it? But it's not as simple as that.
Now, here's the additional drama. There's a discussion going on as to, well, hold on, is that a dot ball or is that a single? Because they did run a single, but because I think it's been sent upstairs, it's in essence a dead ball, so it will be a dot. And then Kushal Patel will keep the strike. That's what that final little postscript to a dramatic moment has been.
Well, that we could debate whether that should be changed or not.
I think by the laws, that's the correct decision. It's the same when you get that surreal situation where when DRS is in play, not in this event, an LBW is given out, it runs away for four-leg buys, and then on review, it's deemed as not out. You don't get the four-leg buys then. And I think they're just double-checking that. And I think, again, Sanjay Gurung knows the laws and the playing conditions well, and he's done the right thing. He sent Kushal Patel back to the striker's end. The end result of that 5 minutes is a dot ball. Good over either way from Zishan Maksood. Not the wicket he wanted though. 65 for 2.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
Nepal told us live on air, plenty more to come for this ground. It's going to continue to develop, which is very exciting indeed. Bistow. Australian comes in with his off breaks. They're kind of part-time off breaks, but they've been reasonably effective thus far.
Yeah, in his opening game, I don't know where he didn't bat. Batted so low down the order. I think they've worked out now that he's actually a batting all-rounder. And these are just his part-time offies, but played beautifully the previous encounter.
Down the ground. And that's going to go all the way. Just for a moment, long off thought that he was in the game. But again, it's another one straight down the ground where you want to go all the way for 6.
Lovely use of the feet. You can confidently use your feet against the ball spinning back into you. Well, that's Siddhartha Bank 6. Just want to go back to some positivity. You spoke about playing conditions and us being a little bit more positive about them. Fielded. I really like one of the latest ones that have been introduced, and I don't know how many years it's been in play, but upon a dismissal, that the new batter is always on strike. I love that.
It's been a really positive and big change, and it rewards the bowling side. So many of the changes have rewarded the batting side. Couldn't agree more. In fact, there'll be a time in, probably not too soon, 5, 6, 7 years, when the kids down at the local cricket club will have lived nothing but the time when the new batter comes on to strike. And actually, in fairness to cricket, sometimes we malign it. It's constantly evolving, constantly innovating, constantly changing. And I know often from speaking to rugby people, to other sports fans, has this one carried? Bistow says yes. And Kushal Bertel is happy to trudge off. He did get pumped for a 6 down the ground by Bertel, but he has the last laugh, the Australian.
He's trying to work this away on the leg side with the spin, but the trouble for Bertel is it doesn't actually turn. Goes straight on, and so the leading edge is found. It's a nice catch. A nice catch by Will Bistow. So the part-time off spin works. The Avengers have lost their third. Their captain goes for 10. It's 74 for 3. And the players are going to have a drinks break.
weekday, but trust me, if you're on the big screen and the dance cam is on, then you've got to come dancing and strictly come dancing. Does it ring a bell, Darren Goff, 2005? The man, besides me, just shook the stage on fire with his dancing steps.
I did indeed. A long, long time ago, England were winning the Ashes, and I was on the dance floor. But exciting game ahead, 74 for 3. A big game for both these teams. Critchley at the crease, plays county cricket. Yeah, plays county cricket, good player. And the score's 74 for 3 from 10 overs.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Bond Super Light Gel.
Nicely played. You did mention somewhere on 150 at the mid-show, Darren.
Yeah, I don't know what made me do it. I've only been here a day, but I thought if they can get around that 150 mark, 155, I think it would be a good score, a competitive score to put on the board for the Avengers. But Zishan's bowled really, really well here. Bowled a good pace. Been difficult to get away. 3.1 overs, none for 11 so far.
Yeah, he did well in the last game of his as well, 2 for 22 in his 4 overs. He's been amongst wickets. He's that utility player, the Swiss Army knife. You bring in the multifunctionality. Versatile as a playing member in the side.
Here's the wicket. Good, quickish off spinner. Leading edge, straight back to the keeper. And Bistow, pretty happy with that.
No, you don't want to run out at this stage.
Nada perigo.
Introducing the English test designed for you. Convenient, fast, affordable, and trusted by top universities.
Pinto Fresh. Freshness that bonds.
Insta for a complete home.
Who can match the moves of the Nepali fans, it's only you. You gave them a glimpse of it on the way back to the comm box after a show, and they were all excited to see that.
You got to give them a little glimpse. They enjoy that feedback, and you engage with the crowd, they engage with you, and that's why I always played the game.
This is very close. Was it going down leg? I'll tell you what, that was worth the shout. We'll have to have a look at that once again. Darren, your thoughts?
Oh, first impressions, but he was out. But the only thing that saves him here is if he did turn pretty flat, nowhere on the crease. Oh, could easily have been given. Could easily have been given.
And if I could just read what the umpire was trying to say in the meanwhile, is a bit of a tickle down leg, or is it going to be 5 wides? We'll have to wait and watch. Yes, 5 wides. Just losing momentum here.
Yeah, they need to score some runs, or the Avengers. They're just being caught up by Zishan's wonderful bowling. But again, a little bit of turn. Look at the turn and bounce there. The keeper couldn't get anything on it. And it runs away for a boundary. And 4 wides. Much needed boundary for the Avengers.
Richley still to get off the mark. He's consumed 7 deliveries. Make that 8.
Which is very unlike Critchley, you know. He's such a good striker of a cricket ball. He's a big man. It's some big balls.
Through him! Bistow gets his man. What a delivery. Slightly quicker. And Critchley played all over it. That's wicket number 4 for the YAKS.
Well, the commentator's curse. I was just saying he's a big hitter. He's a big man and can hit the ball long. But it's been a poor innings so far. Looked all over the shop. His feet were everywhere. Just didn't move. Look at this. Beautiful delivery. Pushed it through. Bit of spin on the back foot. Should have been forward. And the wicket. A good wicket there for Bistow. Critchley goes. He goes for 9 off 9 deliveries and it's 81 for 4.
Turning it on in the middle. Critchley back in the dugout. Dilip Nath walks out. He'll have some work to do in the middle. Still to light up the stage with his batting. And he'll get off the mark with a single. Done with over number 12. 7 runs and a wicket, 82 for 4.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Neoco solar water heaters. Water purifiers. Chimneys. The gas hobs they your way of quality living.
Well, the Avengers going to have to get a move on here. 82 for 4 from 12. Good shot through the covers. A little bit aerial, but pushed it through for 1. You take that. Nath moves to 2.
Yeah, he's bowled well, Unish. Just gave that a bit of air, inviting the batter into the shot as well. And Dilip Nath's not had a great outing so far. Scores of 4 and 11 in the 2 matches he's played in. Yeah, this ball stopping and this strike rate has been a problem for the batters today, Darren. None of them have been able to dominate proceedings.
I know we got mixed reaction at the toss of the coin, you know, when they talked about do we bat or bowl, but I think it might be a good decision to bat. We're starting to see a bit of turn there. Stopped in the wicket, turned and bounced and just become a bit too paced.
Yeah, this is a much better hit in the middle. And a good second run as well. That's how you need to up the ante in the middle if you're the batting side.
Yes, you've got to have energy. At this time of the game, you've got to run really sharply between the wickets, especially to the long side, the long boundary. It's a big hit there. You've got to run your 1s, your 2s, and even a 3 if possible.
It talk about the surface playing a little dodgy. That one kept low as well.
Yeah, and there was I think they were both not quite sure what to do at the toss, and the Avengers chose to bat. I think some of their players wanted to bowl first, but as we've seen, I think it's got quite difficult as the ball's gone older. He's starting to turn. Odd one stopping in the surface, so I might have to reassess and think, if we can get to 140 here, we put a good score on the board and we can get an early wicket. It puts real pressure for the team chasing.
I just reckon the fielder may have thrown the ball at the wrong end because the batter running towards the non-striker's end was scampering. 5 runs of this over, another tidy one coming through, 87 for 4.
अब खेल्नेछ नेपाल ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
Yoko solar water heaters.
Tries of catch it. Taken! Bistow strikes. He's been a picture of focus and concentration with the ball this afternoon. A second wicket for him as Nath departs. Everything going the YAKS way, half the side, back in the dugout for the Avengers.
Yeah, Bistow has come into the attack. It's been quite expensive, but he's now picked up his third wicket. His third wicket over his head. Good catch. 3 for 16 now he's took. Unbelievable stuff this. And a good comeback from the YAKS. And Dilip Nath goes for 3 from 5 balls. Very disappointed. Shake of the head. And he's 87 for 5.
Bistow walked away with the player of the match in their last game, 60-odd runs and a wicket. And today he's already got 3 wickets with the ball, bowling first. Michael Lee scored a time for him to walk out. A good strike rate, a best of 58 versus Netherlands. Close to 9,900 runs, beg your pardon. Gets off the mark. They're looking for the second run. Yeah, let's get a perspective from the Pokhara Avengers side at this stage. Andrew Leonard standing by with Dinesh Correll. Take it away, Andrew.
Thank you so much, Mikhail. Yeah, absolutely. Dinesh, great to see you again. We've spoken a lot about your personal story, your personal journey on air. Can you just tell people a little bit more about it?
Well, yeah, when I originally born in Nepal, I migrated to New Zealand, Auckland, when I was 2 years old with my parents and my brother, of course. And I think now being back up here playing in the NPL is something that I had my eyes on for a long time.
Another wicket. We're going to have to throw it back up to the commentators.
Well, Bistow's on a roll. He's in his elements today. The ball keeping low. That's another wicket, Darren.
Absolutely. The YAKS here have come well back into this game. The Avengers looked like they was going to get a good total. But Bistow has come into the attack. And another one. Flattish delivery, a little bit of turn. As we can see, there's no bounce. And Elias, nowhere to be seen. He couldn't do anything about it. A big wicket for the YAKS. And unfortunately for the Avengers, Magalias goes for 2 from just 2 deliveries. 89 for 6.
Knocks out team in dire straits, the Avengers. And Bistow on a high. He's bowled so well, bowled in the channels. Let's head back to Andrew once again.
Yeah, thank you, Miguel. Sorry about that, Dinesh. You were just telling us about your personal journey, living down in New Zealand, but still very proud to be Nepali. Your dad was a fine volleyball player too, is that right?
Yes, I think back in the day, the old man did play a lot of district level volleyball. So, I mean, I've heard a lot of stories around the house from other relatives about he was actually quite good. So, and now he's a big fan of cricket, actually. So,
Tell me about your cricket there in Auckland. Is it at the club level you're playing? Have you played any representative stuff yet?
yes, I did play Auckland under-17s and Auckland 19s, Auckland A as well, that I'm playing currently. Premier cricket as well, first grade there. So very, very involved in a lot of teams down there.
What's your aspirations? I know obviously the Nepal national team is probably a long way to stretch into just immediately, but there's a Nepal A team. Is that something you'd look to do in the future?
Yes, definitely. I think having the honor to play.
We'll have to cut you off because we've had another wicket. Will Bistow's on fire. Let's get back upstairs.
Yeah, that's high five for Bistow. He gets his 5-4, the fourth of the season, and he's on a roll.
He's definitely on a roll, and he's really turned this game around for the YAKS. The Avengers now 7 down, but look at this again. He's bought a beautiful line. He's getting that just enough turn to make it difficult for the Avengers to get him away. And there we go. The smile tells you a story. 5 wickets. A huge achievement in any T20 game. And Narayan goes for 1 from just the 2 deliveries. LBW Bistow. And he's 91 for 7.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Yoko solar water heaters, water purifiers.
Yeah, they'll steal a quick single. Just the right time to head across. Andrew, this time it's all yours once again.
Thank you, Miguel. Hopefully no wickets, particularly for your team right now. Just talking about your future aspirations in the game here in Nepal.
Yeah, look, I think coming back and playing in front of all these fans is something that I've dreamt of as well. Obviously not off the cards. I've had a good talk to Monty in the past couple of days as well, which is exciting. We'll just see what the future holds, I guess. Or as many chances I get to come back and play here, I'll definitely take with both hands.
Yeah, well, we've loved having you here. But what about the resilience of your team to go from in one match 7 for 6 to then you and Andrew's House putting on 176 unbroken, the highest partnership of the tournament?
Yeah, I think it was bound to come. We, as a collective, have been talking over the past couple of days before that game. It's good to finally get some runs on the boards, and obviously playing with someone of Andres' caliber, I think it's exceptional, and it helped me really throughout the innings, and I'm very thankful for that.
He's a quality player, isn't he? Another LBW appeal. Luckily, this time turned down, finally. What about today's match? 92 for 7 here in the 15th. Difficult position. Have you got the runs with the likes of Reefer at the crease, maybe, to battle up to, what, 130, 140?
Yeah, I think with the start we had in the power play, we were well ahead in terms of runs. I think if we can just keep digging and obviously Reef and Bippin out there, hopefully they can get us to a couple more and give us a healthy target to defend.
Real belief in the camp you can get to the playoffs? Top 4, very much the focus for the Avengers right now?
Yes, definitely. I think especially after the last game we proved what we're capable of. I think on our day we're second to none, and I think hopefully we can keep going and keep the form continuing.
Final question. I know it's been a long journey and an amazing story for you. Are you living out your dreams right now?
Yes, definitely. I think playing in front of everyone and all these supporters have just, it gives that extra boost, and it's something that I would cherish for all my life and keep going forward with.
We love your story. We love your family's story. We want to wish you every success going forward.
Okay, throw it back up to the commentary box.
And we love the chat as well, Andrew. Thank you for that.
Yeah, he looked a good player from what I saw him at the crease. I'll be getting him back here to play for Nepal. Looks a good player. Attacking batter, played some wonderful shots. Get him in, I say. Get him in. Well, the Yaks have really come back into this game. I think it all started with Zishan Maksud, 4 overs, none for 11, put the pressure on, and then Bistow come into the attack, and he's picked up what's 5 for now. Unbelievable. And Michelle.
Yeah, they're putting on a show in the middle, particularly Bistow. 5 for 20 is leading the way forward for them. Done with over number 15. It's 94 for 7.
Asli energy. Red Bull. Asli Nerozum. Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Insta for a complete home. Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dog Fantasy.
DHI happier home. Today sa hai. Will Bistow comes into the attack again and he picks up another wicket. What an innings this is turning out to be for Will Bistow. What a spell. 6 for 20. And it's the lone man standing. Reefer out there for 26 deliveries. He had been at the non-strikers for plenty of time. And Will Bistow gets a faint edge off the bat of Reefer. That's going to be the end of the stance of Reefer. Will Bistow's having an incredible time out in the middle. Raymond Reefer goes for 20 of 26. It's 94 for 8. Golden arm strikes as Akash Chand walks out to the middle. They're in all sorts of trouble, the Avengers. 94 for 8. Welcome, HD.
What is going on here? The little off spinner. He's a batter, Will Bistow, a batter that bowls occasionally, and he's got himself 6.
You did say earlier that he had been categorized the wrong way, that he was a batter, but he's proven you wrong. Nearly another one.
Well, I don't know if he's proven me wrong. He got player of the match in the last game for his runs, but this is starting to spin now. This pitch dry, and there's turn.
This one's high up in the air. Oh dear. Nearly had his 7th, Will Bistow. Instead, it's going to go all the way for 6.
Now, I just wonder if there was some communication from the man at long on who converged on this catch. He needed to say to Sampal, "You're right by the boundary, you're right by the boundary," because he takes the catch and off he goes.
Calls for catch it again. And it's been put down again. Looked like Dave Karnal in the deep would have been an exceptional take.
Are they trying to get out here? This is catching practice for the men in the deep.
Full stretch, full dive. unable to hold on. Will Bistow, 6 of 28. Could have had 7. One delivery away from finishing a spell. Defended. And that's the end of a very good spell. 6 for 28. Also the end of the 16th. The Avengers 102 for 8.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Tapaiku, Asli Energy, Red Bull, Asli Nerozum.
Yoku solar water heaters, water purifiers. Chimneys, the gas hobs they have your way of quality living.
102 for 8 after 16, and in all sorts of trouble, the Avengers. Just the 8 runs. 8 for 1 so far in the last 4 overs. But the problem is they're 8 down. Where are the runs coming from? At this rate, they get to 128. That's also in the air. It will land safe. They'll stick to just a single.
They've just got the 5 bowlers, the YAKS, by the looks of things, because they've only used the 5s, and captain brings himself on when spin has been so successful. Will Bistow 6 for 28 in his 4 overs. Yep, he's on a high now. Should have been 7.
Should have been 7 indeed. Big shout again, and the finger does go up. It's the skipper, Sampal Kami, who joins the action. He picks up his first wicket, and the Avengers are now 9 down.
All the problems happened a long way before this dismissal. That is as simple a decision as you're going to get. Clattering into middle stump, maybe touching leg. And Sampal Kami has the 9th for the YAKS. The Avengers, well, they're almost done here. Won the toss, decided to bat. Will they regret that at 103 for 9?
Come on.